Johnny with the back.
The Roanoke City Council meeting is about to start at the hour of 6 p.m.
I gotta read that one. We'll call this council meeting to order. Miss Tammy Holly is going to do the prayer, and Tim Jacobs is going to do our pledge. Please stand.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Let us pray. Our dear Heavenly Father, we would like to thank you for allowing us to gather here and meet to do the city's business one more time. We ask that you bless each person who came out to be a part of this meeting. We ask that you bless and lead and guide the people who will be sworn in tonight to do the service for the city. We ask that you just protect each person here, and all these blessings we ask in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
Okay, everybody has got a copy of the minutes from the 16th of February council meeting. Have everybody had a chance to look them over? Does anybody's, do I have a motion to approve these minutes that we have?
I move that we will adopt the minutes from our February 16th meeting.
Do I have a second?
I'll second that.
Okay, roll call vote.
Councilmember Holly?
Yes.
Councilmember Henderson?
Yes.
Councilmember Jacobs?
Yes.
Mayor Melton?
Yes.
Councilmember Alford?
Yes.
Councilmember Delachar?
Yes.
Minutes from the February 16th has been approved. I'm gonna kind of go out of order a little bit, and we want to ask our new police chief, our new judge, our new prosecutor, and our fire chief, if they'll step inside, please. Come on in. This is our swearing-in session of our new staff. For everybody that doesn't know these folks that are standing here before you, this is Chief Tino Brooks. This is Mandy Baker. This is our new, she's our prosecutor. This is Judge Greg Varner. And this is Ronald Cameron, our fire chief. Our city clerk was not able to be here because she's doing a council meeting at where she currently is located. So let's, ma'am, if you will, Ms. Jones, would you please swear the
Do each one
I
of
would
them.
do each one. Y'all excuse me just a minute, let me go get something.
They are getting prepared to do the swearing-in ceremony at this time.
Tina Brooks,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and Constitution of Alabama,
and the Constitution of Alabama,
so long as I continue a citizen thereof,
as long as I continue to citizen thereof,
and that I will faithfully and honestly
and I will faithfully and honestly
discharge the duties of the office
discharge the duties of the office
of police chief,
of police chief,
upon which I am about to enter,
upon which I am about to enter,
to the best of my
to
ability,
the best of my ability,
so help me God.
so help me God.
Mandy Baker,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and Constitution of Alabama,
and the Constitution of Alabama,
so long as I continue a citizen thereof,
so long as I continue a citizen thereof,
and that I will faithfully and honestly
and that I will faithfully and honestly
discharge the duties of the office
discharge the duties of the office
of city prosecutor,
of city prosecutor,
upon which I am about to enter,
upon which I am about to enter,
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
so help me God.
so help me God.
I state your name.
I, Roanoke County,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and Constitution of Alabama,
and the Constitution of Alabama,
so long as I continue a citizen thereof,
as long as I consider a citizen thereof,
and that I will faithfully and honestly
that I will faithfully and honestly
discharge the duties of the office
discharge the duties of the office
of fire chief,
of fire chief,
upon which I am about to enter,
of the time back to enter,
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
so help me God.
so help me God. Greg Varner,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Alabama,
and the Constitution of the State of Alabama,
so long as I continue a citizen thereof,
so long as I continue a citizen thereof,
and that I will faithfully and honestly
and that I will faithfully and honestly
discharge the duties of the office of municipal judge
discharge the office of municipal judge
upon which I'm about to enter,
upon which I'm about to enter
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
so help me God.
so help me God.
Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the administrative staff of the city of Roanoke.
Congratulations.
Y'all keep them all busy. Alright, before we move on, at the last council meeting, the mayor made a mistake. Can't believe that, can you? But, in the course of reading all the resolutions, I forgot one. It was just an oversight. We had so many resolutions we were doing. So I'm gonna read this resolution into the minutes where we'll have it. It's Resolution 1395, a resolution appointing the fire chief for the city of Roanoke, Alabama. Be it resolved by the mayor and city council of the city of Roanoke, Alabama as follows. That Ronald Cameron is hereby appointed as fire chief of the city of Roanoke, Alabama. That said appointment shall be effective February the 16th, 2026. Now that we got that into. Yeah. Do I have a motion to accept resolution 1395?
I move that we will adopt resolution 1395.
Do I have a second? Second. All in favor, roll call vote.
Councilmember Wiley?
Yes.
Councilmember Henderson?
Yes.
Councilmember Jacobs?
Yes.
Mayor Melton?
Yes.
Councilmember Alford?
Yes.
Councilmember Delatto?
Yes.
Okay. All right, now we're moving on to old business. I have a resolution here that I have to read. This is in regard to, we voted on this some time back, about replacing the dump truck on a lease for the street department. And I have to read this resolution for y'all's approval before we can move forward with it. It is Resolution 1398, resolution authorizing and approving execution of a contract with Cadence Equipment Finance, a division of the Huntington National Bank. Whereas Mayor and City Council, the governing body of the City of Roanoke, Alabama, acting for and on behalf of the buyer, hereby finds, determines, and adjudicates as follows. The buyer's desire to enter into a contract with the delivery order and exhibits attached hereunto in substantially the same form as attached hereunto as Exhibit A, collectively the contract, with Cadence Equipment Finance, a division of the Huntington National Bank, for the purpose of leasing with the option to purchase the equipment as described herein for the total cost specified therein. It is in the best interest of the public purpose of the buyer that the buyer acquire the equipment pursuant to and in accordance with the terms of the contract, and it is necessary for the buyer to approve and authorize the contract. Now therefore be it resolved by this governing body for and on behalf of the buyer as follows. The contract and exhibits attached thereunto in substantially the same form as attached hereunto as Exhibit A. By and between the seller and the buyer is hereby approved, and Adam Melton is hereby authorized and directed to execute the said contract on behalf of the buyer. The contract is being issued in calendar year 2026. Neither any portion of the gross proceeds of the contract nor the equipment identified to the contract shall be used directly or indirectly in a trade or business carried on by any person other than a government unit, except for such as a member of the general public. No portion of the rental payments identified in the contract is secured directly or indirectly by property used or to be used in a trade or business carried on by a person other than the government unit, except for such as a member of the general public or by payments in respect of such property, or is to be derived from payments in respect of property or borrowed money used or to be used for a trade or business carried on by any person other than a government unit. No portion of the gross proceeds of the contract are used to make or finance loans to persons other than the government unit. The authorized officer is further authorized for and on behalf of the governing body and the buyer to do all things necessary in furtherance of the obligation of the buyer pursuant to the contract, including execution and delivery of all other documents necessary or appropriate to carry out the transactions contemplated thereby in accordance with the terms and provisions thereof. The buyer desires to designate the contract as a qualified tax-exempt obligation of the buyer as defined in section 265B3 of the Internal Revenue Code of 1986. The aggregate face amount of all tax-exempt obligations, lost my place, excluding private activity bonds other than qualified 501c3 bonds issued or to be issued by the buyer. All other subordinate entities thereof during the current calendar year is not reasonably expected to exceed $10 million. The buyer and all subordinate entities thereof will not issue or enter into in excess of $10 million of tax-exempt obligations, including the contract, but excluding private activity bonds other than qualified 501c3 bonds during the current calendar year, without first obtaining an option of nationally recognized counsel in the area of tax-exempt municipal obligations acceptable to the seller, that the designation of the contract as a qualified tax-exempt obligation will not be adversely affected. Following the reading of the foregoing resolution, do I have a motion to accept Resolution 1398?
Mr. Mayor, I move that we will adopt resolution 1398.
Councilperson Tammy Holly moves that the foregoing resolution be adopted. Do I have a second?
I will second.
Councilperson Barbara Alford seconded the motion for the adoption. Resolution 1398. I need a roll call vote, and the results are as follows.
Councilmember Holly?
Yes.
Councilmember Henderson?
Yes.
Councilmember Jacobs?
Yes.
Mayor Melton?
Yes.
Councilmember Alton? Councilmember Delarose?
Yes.
Okay. That took care of the resolution 1398. All right, the next item on the old business is the Rebuild Alabama grant I briefly brought up at the last council meeting. This was the grant application for $250,000, and we talked about adding certain streets to be looked at. Just so everybody knows, because of the time limit that we had in applying for this grant and the process of having to do engineering and preparing, there were 3 streets that qualified for this grant. They were Knight Avenue, and it's only a portion of Knight Avenue up to about Faith Baptist Church. Pageant Street, which is where we have torn out the stormwater drain. And the third street was White Street, which is just off Main Street. Most of the reason were the base. All of these streets had good bases. White Street actually had a cement base in it, so we'll see how that grant goes. But those were the three streets that we had that qualified. All right, Tree City USA recognition. For the year 2025, Roanoke was recognized as Tree City USA, and it was quite an honor. Got a nice letter, and while I'm on that subject, I have a proclamation that I'm going to read. Whereas Arbor Day was first celebrated in the United States in 1872 through the efforts of J. Sterling Morton in Nebraska, encouraging communities nationwide to plant and care for trees, and has since grown into an international observance promoting environmental stewardship for future generations. Whereas trees are a renewable resource that beautify our community, improve air and water quality, conserve energy, reduce erosion, and provide habitat for wildlife. And whereas trees enhance the economic vitality of the city of Roanoke by increasing property values, attracting visitors, supporting local business districts, and creating a healthier environment for residents and future generations. And whereas trees play a vital role in reducing stormwater runoff, cooling our neighborhoods, and contributing to the overall well-being of our citizens. And whereas the citizens of Roanoke recognize the importance of environmental stewardship and the value of planting and caring for trees within our parks, neighborhoods, schools, and public spaces. And whereas Arbor Day encourages all residents to plant trees, nurture existing trees, and promote community pride through conservation and beautification efforts. Now therefore I, Adam Melton, Mayor of the City of Roanoke, Alabama, do hereby proclaim February the 27th, 2026 as Arbor Day in the City of Roanoke, Alabama. I will tell y'all that we had a gathering over at the Recreation Center on Friday, which was the 27th, and we planted a dogwood tree in honor of Mayor Mike Fisher. It was a nice gathering, and if you came, thank you, and if you didn't come, go by and take a look at the tree. Mayor Fisher would be very proud we did that. The next thing is the America 250 Alabama. Of course, the United States celebrates their 250th birthday, and that's on July the 4th. I don't want to get everybody's hopes up, but I am going to say this. I have plans for a very nice 4th of July, for us to do a parade and to wind up over near the rec center. And I have had a commitment. I have not been authorized yet to say who the person or the persons are, but they have made a pledge that will cover the cost of about a 30-minute fireworks show that will be comparable to what you would see in, just say, over at West Point Lake. So let's all keep our fingers crossed, and if it happens, I want to see every one of you there. All right? This is not something to make money. This is something where we all come out, we have fellowship, and we try to unite our city and bring everybody together, okay? So if you have a church group, if you have a family group, if you have anything that you want to put into this parade, I encourage you to do it, because we want this to be a success. I can't promise other than this year, but it looks very, very much like it's going to take place. All right. Moving on down the list to new business. We had a bid opening today for our grass cutting on the cemeteries for Cedarwood and for Booger Hill Cemetery, we received 2 bids. Myself and John Perryman and Rita Jones were there for the bid opening. Both bids seem to be in compliance with the regulations that were set forth from insurance and business license. And we had a bid from Benji Johnson for $40,000. And we had a bid from JP's Lawn Care Services for $40,000. We need some discussion and we need to decide what we're gonna do with this. If y'all would like to look at these bids. Also, there were no exceptions to either one of these bids.
And last year we did a 12-month. Got the leaves up in the winter time and everything. Does this include that?
This is exactly a copy of, from last year with the dates changed to try to match up. And I'm seeing on here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I'm seeing 16 grass cuttings is all that I got out of it.
Is either one of these companies, who did it last year?
Johnson did it last year.
Perryman has done it before.
Both companies have done for the city before.
Is that just for Cedarwood or is that for?
Yeah, it's for both. There's the,
I can tell you from experience, we had problems with Perryman in the past when he had the contract. Couldn't get help, he got behind several times. I know that doesn't disqualify him, but I'm gonna just tell you based on past performance, my experience.
Which was my question, do we have, the person who did it, the company that did it the last time, did we have any complaints?
Well, I know he did a better job than.
Y'all ready?
I'm looking through here, I don't find anything about
Yeah.
additions.
Could we address the outside noise?
Do I have a motion to accept either of these bids?
I make a motion to accept Benji Johnson's.
Got a motion to accept Johnson's.
I'll second that motion.
Have a motion and a second. I need a roll call vote, please.
Councilmember Ryan?
Yes.
Councilmember Henderson? Yes. Councilmember Jenkins?
Yes.
Mayor Melton?
Yes.
Councilmember Alford?
Yes.
Councilmember Delafaur?
Yes.
All right, the next item under new business is a alcohol license to be approved from J&B's 2025 LLC. I think it is actually under new management, and it's not an additional business, and they have met all the qualifications that are required by the city. Y'all are welcome to look through that file if you'd like to.
I think that's Circle
Good.
K.
I'm sorry.
Circle K, I think.
Yeah, I think it's the old Circle K
On 431.
on 431. Yeah, I think it's under new ownership.
So this is, what's the beer and wine?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I used to know this stuff.
Okay, all right. Since everybody has looked through, I have a motion to accept the, new alcohol license from Express Mart J&D 2025 LLC.
I make a motion that we accept, J&B 2025 LLC
Do I have a-
license approval.
Do I have a second?
I second it.
All in favor, roll call vote?
Councilmember Hall,
Yes.
Councilmember Henderson. Yes. Councilmember Jacobs,
Yes.
Mayor Melton,
Yes.
Councilmember Alton,
Yes.
Councilmember Dellentraw.
Yes.
motion has been, the license has been approved. Is there anyone here tonight to represent victims of sexual assault? I'm gonna set that to the side. I think they're coming the next council meeting, so I'm gonna set that aside. All right, if I could have Jerry Young and John Frank Houston, if you're here, to step forward, please. Hey, Mr. Jerry.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing well.
Yeah.
How you doing? I got something I want to read to y'all. This is a proclamation recognizing outstanding community service and keeping our city clean. Whereas the cleanliness and appearance of our streets, roadways, and public space reflects the pride, character, and spirit of our community. And whereas maintaining a clean environment promotes public health, safety, environmental stewardship, tourism, and community well-being. And whereas litter along our roadways harms wildlife, pollutes waterways, diminishes property values, and negatively impacts the beauty of our city. And whereas acts of volunteerism and civic responsibility strengthen neighborhoods and inspire others to serve. And whereas Jerry Young and John Frank Houston has demonstrated exceptional dedication by consistently going above and beyond to pick up trash along the public roadways and areas without expectation of recognition of award. And whereas these selfless efforts improve the quality of life for residents, set a powerful example for our youth, and encourage pride in our community. And whereas the city of Roanoke is grateful for citizens whose actions reflect the highest ideals of service, responsibility, and care for our shared environment. Now therefore be it proclaimed that the mayor and city council of the city of Roanoke do hereby recognize John Frank Houston and Jerry Young. Thank y'all.
Good work.
I want to tell both of you, thank you, thank you,
Yes,
thank you.
ma'am.
And I wish that other citizens would take the same pride and dedication that you all have for the city of Roanoke and quit littering and pick up and stop throwing that trash out the windows. Thank you so much, both of you.
Yes, ma'am. I appreciate it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank all.
Thank y'all. Thank y'all very much.
Appreciate it.
All right, we're ready for the mayor's report. All right, the first thing, and I told it in the workshop, but MDA is currently conducting a comprehensive audit for the city, and we're gonna be updated as soon as that is complete. They've been with us for over a week, right? Going on 2 weeks. And, but as soon as it's completed, I'll give you an update, and I intend to give a state of the city address, and I'll keep you posted when that comes about. The next thing I have on my list, Councilmember Jacobs, you asked me to have code enforcement check about some property over on Gillum Road. They have given that property owner a 30-day notice to either tear it down and clean the area. We also talked about another property, Henderson Garage. There is an issue with that. He is licensed as a garage. He does have a city business license, and they're just not sure that the ordinance that we have is gonna be very effective in helping with that. And just to give you an update. Councilmember Delashaw, I think he brought up about a residence on Lebanon. They went over there and they did send the owner of that property a 14-day letter to get the grass cut. And so we'll see what happens. The Black History Parade was a success. If you came, it was a very, very nice parade. and, we all had a good time. I think, and I had a very good driver.
About force.
Yeah. I'll tell you, you're the only person I've ever let drive my truck, just so you should feel.
Without history.
Yeah, that was easy. The next thing I got is, the library. I talked to Margaret, and, she is asking for some outside cameras, outside that building, and I was gonna call and get an estimate for the installation of those cameras, but the gentleman that the city has been using, I think he had surgery, so it may be a week or so before I can get that. But, she did ask about that, and I'll keep y'all updated just as soon as I can get a cost estimate on that. I did attend, Chief Brooks's retirement on Friday, me and, Lieutenant Dean, and, Mac Bell went. We had a good time over there, over in Franklin, and, I told them that I had been avoiding coming through Franklin until that retirement party was over because I was afraid I'd get a ticket over there. So now I think it's safe for me to drive back through. I told y'all about us planting a tree for Mayor Fisher. Just so y'all know, we did have two resignations. One was Jamie Broom, who is our SRO officer. He has been with the city for over 20 years, and he's taken a job at Auburn University, and we're gonna miss Jamie. Jamie has done very well for the city, and I don't think he's here tonight, but we want to see him, tell him thank you for what he's done. Also, Alexis Jones, who is a dispatcher at the police department, she has joined the military. So she is going to be leaving us, I think both of them are leaving us Friday. The next thing that I've got, I received an email, I don't know what I've done with it, here it is, from Tommy Tuberville. They have, they're asking for us to apply for a 2027 appropriation. That is not a grant, it's basically money that we feel like the city needs for certain projects. It can go toward critical infrastructure, law enforcement needs, job training and healthcare equipment. Now, I talked to Austin Harmon today. I know there is a stormwater, Keith and Austin took me out several weeks ago and showed me a real bad stormwater problem that we have. From City Hall to the school that goes all the way down through Lafette Street. That has got to be addressed. Now, I know the other stormwater projects have been done through CDBG. We also, if there's any interest in trying to get an appropriation to repair the old jail and put it back in operation, this money could be used toward that. But I'm open for suggestions. Do y'all have any suggestions what you would like me to try to apply for? And I got a deadline of March the 27th.
What was the list of qualifications, things that qualify?
Critical infrastructure, law enforcement, job training, healthcare equipment.
What's our greatest need? All those?
Well, we really, I don't know really need much. I mean, well, I could be there, you know.
I think you ought to give Harmon Engineering Keith and see about, say, stormwater drains, because I know we got one over on Elizabeth that's gonna have to be addressed, and I don't know where else, but I'm sure there's plenty of them out there.
All right. Is that what everybody wants me to try to move forward with on this? I'll get, I actually, like I say, I talked to Austin Holman today, so, we'll get with him as soon as he gets available and try to move forward with that. I lost my list. All right, and I think that is all that I have. So we're moving on to council member reports. Council member Holly, District 1.
I would like for us to get an estimate to see what it would cost to, resurface the basketball / pickleball court, to turn it into pickleball. See how much it would cost for us to do that. And I would also like to touch on the Black History Parade. Just as you said, it was a success. We had a nice turnout as far as participants and bystanders, and it turned out to be really nice. And also, I had implemented something several years ago called CARE, Clean Around Roanoke Environment. I would just like, since the spring is coming up, I would like for everybody to kind of pitch in and let's pick up paper and all that stuff on streets like we did before. Get trash bags and just pick up in neighborhoods or whatever, just clean up the city with all this litter and stuff. And, once before, I think the state gave us some trash bags and stuff, vests and gloves, so maybe we can get something like that and get this going for early spring. That's all I have tonight.
Council member Henderson, District 2.
I don't really have anything, but I like to commend also on the Black History Parade. It was a success, and I'm ready for next year. And another thing I would like to ask for my district and the rest of the public to keep the Lieutenant Dean's family in prayer. He lost his grandmother, Miss Evelyn. So if y'all would, keep them in prayer. And that's all I have.
Thank you. Councilmember Jacobs, District 3.
I had a couple of calls. One of them was about 5 months ago. And then last week, East Avenue, where it comes off of 431 down toward the school, you know, it was a road that got paved. It was in dire need of it. And as most people know, when you pave a street around Roanoke, people really like riding on them and they speed up a little bit. But he called me and he's got a small child, and that sections are narrow.
It is.
You know, like a lot of the streets in the middle of it, just very narrow. They go to the school, and twice a day they have a lot of traffic coming there. So I went over there and met with him, and while we were there were some people that came by at a very high rate of speed. But you know, they were speed bumps there in the past. The signs are still there, and I'd like to get with Keith, and I want us to try and install a speed table over there, something that's probably going to hopefully be more effective. There's a child in a wheelchair, or no, not child, there's a person in a wheelchair, disabled person on that street, and some elderly people. Before you even get down to the school, but I'll get with Keith, and I need some children at play signs. You know, I don't know what. There's some signs already over. I don't know exactly what they are, but we need to make sure that people know what the speed limit. Let them know that they've got some children at play, and then hopefully we can set a time or a date where, you know, we can agree on trying to install a speed table.
And that's on East Avenue.
Yeah, on 431.
Okay.
And that's all I've got.
Councilmember Alford, District 4.
Good evening, everyone. I want to thank Ms. Tidwell and the Chamber of Commerce and the library again for inviting me to be the history for the luncheon on last Wednesday. I want to thank everyone who came out and supported. And I brought up the last time, I knew that the street striping for Highway 79, County Road 79 was on the list, but it was very coincidental. One of my constituents had asked me about the roads getting striped. We talked about it that night, and the next day it got striped, so it looked like I did a wonderful thing. So, it was very coincidental, but I wanna say thanks to everyone who had a hand in that, and, again, it was already in the making, Mr. Keith, or whoever the contractors were to do that, I wanna say thank you. I would like, it is beginning to be spring, and, I've had in my mind, to do something in the Mill Village, something celebratory. I know that many people grew up there. I'm not from here, but it would be kind of a fellowship, clean up, get to know your neighbor. I'm working on it, so District 4, I'll get with you and see what we can come up with. It'll be for the whole city, but I'd like for District 4 to spearhead it and to see if we can start fellowshipping together, because we're too separate as it is. And I think if we get to know each other better, we'll take care of each other better. And that's all I have.
Thank you. I think that's a great idea. Council Member Delashaw, District 5.
Yes, good evening. I did have a quick question on the Big Boy Toys building, that we've got a roof problem. Did you get a chance to talk to Clay about that?
I did get a chance, I just forgot to do it. I'm gonna make myself a note
Well,
right here.
I wanna ask permission. I know who owns that building. If I could make that screw a little tighter in it. I actually sold in the building, so that's been many years ago, but
There's nothing wrong with that at all.
okay, I'll see if I can't have a conversation with him and see what we can help get accomplished there. Especially to save our theater, because I know the water erosion is a problem with that leaky roof. Then I've had some constituents over in the Lebanon, Vine, Peachtree, well, and throughout the Mill Village, of course, that's your area, Bob. But they are complaining of four-wheelers, side-by-sides, weed eater bikes, that they call them. And these people on these bikes especially, they're speeding, there's no helmets, they ride them day and night. So, I mean, it is illegal to put a four-wheeler, a side-by-side on our regular street, and this weed eater bike, I've never seen one, but they have like a bicycle with a weed eater motor. And these people are riding around over there, and they don't have a helmet, there's no lights, they're speeding on Lebanon, and around Vine.
I think what she's talking about is just an electric bike.
Yeah, they
That's
got-
what they're talking
Well, she says these bikes has been modified, like it was a bicycle, and they made it into like an e-bike with a weed eater motor.
They have some, they make some that look like a regular bike, and they can go, some of them can go upwards of 40 and 50 miles an hour.
Is there, safety
But the
safety
electric
rules for those, like a helmet?
Rules of the road apply.
Rules of the road, okay, well, they're not
It's
obeyed.
like a motorcycle, like
There's no tags, there's
MDC.
no lights, and they're speeding, in those areas. And then, the other thing on Vine Street, there is, back behind where the old Head Start building used to be, and I rode over there to see it, there's like, it's turned into a dumping ground. There's, it looks like washing machines and different appliances that have been tossed out there. I was wanting to know if that is something I can request the code enforcement officer to look into there on Vine Street and see if we can't get that area cleaned up. That could be a snake hole and a mosquito pit and rodent, so. But that's all I have.
Okay, all right, yeah, I got it. I'll refer that to, our code enforcement guys in the morning. Miss Rita, have you got anything? Yes, that alcohol, Do I need to read that again? This is that, we've advertised it for 2 weeks. We read it last council meeting. Aren't we supposed to have 2 readings? I need to ask somebody this on that
Yeah.
tax, so I'm gonna read
It's
this.
an ordinance, right?
It is,
Two
it
readings.
is. All right, this is City of Roanoke Ordinance 2026-0202. This is the second reading of this ordinance. An ordinance to amend ordinance 2012-12-01, regulating the sale and distribution of alcoholic beverages within the city of Roanoke, Alabama, establishing license fees and taxes and other matters enacted by the city council of the city of Roanoke, Alabama, in regular session on the 17th day of December 2012. Whereas ordinance 2012-12-01 authorizes the sale of alcoholic beverages within the city limits of Roanoke, Alabama. Whereas ordinance 2012-12-01 authorizes certain legally licensed businesses to sell alcoholic beverages within the city limits of Roanoke, Alabama. Whereas ordinance 2012-12-01, section 6, subsection H, package store retail liquor license states each person licensed by the board to operate a retail package store pursuant to Alabama Code 28-3A-11, 1975 shall pay to the city an annual privilege license fee of $1,500. In addition to said stated license fee, each person shall pay to the city owner before the 15th day of the calendar month next succeeding calendar month for the privilege of having engaged in such business and an additional license tax of 3% of the wholesale cost of all alcoholic beverages except beer and table wine received during such immediate next preceding calendar month. Whereas the City Council of the City of Roanoke wish to amend ordinance 2012-12-01, section 6, subsection H, package store retail liquor license. Now therefore let it be ordained by the City Council of the City of Roanoke for ordinance 2012-12-01 to be amended to read as follows. Section 6, subsection H, each person licensed by the board to operate a retail package store pursuant to Alabama Code 28-3A-11, 1975 shall pay to the city an annual privilege license fee of $1,500. Except as herein amended, the remainder of ordinance 2012-12-01 shall remain in full force and effect. All right, after the second reading, what do we need to do here?
Didn't we already pass that?
We did.
We just need to sign it
This
and
needs to
put
sign.
it in the orders book.
And our Randolph leader has published it 2 times, so. Ms. Jones, is there anything else that we need to do that you know of? We got all those signed? All right. Okay, streets and maintenance, Keith? You got anything? No. Police department?
City had 122 incident reports. Of those incidents, had 40 arrests.
Are you excited to be around there? If not, you would. I get up here by 8:30 every morning, I'll start ringing your phone first thing. Yeah, I think Roanoke is very lucky to have him, Chief Brooks. I know one thing, he is very well thought of over in Franklin, and he's very well thought of here, so I'm very proud to have him.
Amen.
I am too. Looking forward to working with you.
Is Margaret here tonight? No, okay. everybody, got Jerry's report. She had a, ball game with her son, and she also had to run the concession stand. So that got the recreation, fire department, Chief Cameron, how are you feeling?
All right, first of all, I want to apologize. There is a uniform that goes with this, but we have been out directing traffic on 1050 earlier, and Councilmember Henderson reminded me that I should have had a different shirt on. Like I said, didn't get a chance to get home and change, but we've just been working basically accidents and really had no major fires right now, knock on wood, but we're proud of that.
Ron, we're honored that you're our fire chief too. Thank you very much for what you and your staff do.
And the utility board, like I said, we finished up the project downtown, and we're supposed to have a meeting with the engineer tomorrow to see about how everything went and all of that stuff. And, but from what I know, it went well and everything was successful.
Yeah. Can you give the council an update, what you and I talked about today up here at Mickle and Main?
Yeah, on Mickle and Main, there's a gas valve that's in the ground there that has been slowly leaking. But what they have talked with, and they've touched bases with the Alabama Gas Authority, it's evaporating up in the air, and it's not a grade 1 leak. It's still, and so there's a guy that was supposed to be here. I think he'd be here Wednesday. We had looked for him last week, but he's on another job trying to get it finished up. But he is coming, and that will go away. You see the barricades and all downtown. It's just minority leaking, but you can smell it. And that's what people are
Talking about. Thank you. Ms. Dorothy with the Chamber of Commerce.
We had a very successful 10th annual Black History Lunch and Learn. I appreciate each one of y'all that came out. We had a wonderful speaker. She just did a great job, and she kept us laughing, and it was really a good fellowship time. Next thing that the chamber has, we're doing a meet your candidate on March the 27th in Wadow at the courthouse, where we'll have the candidates that actually affects Roanoke County are gonna come to speak. And then April the 3rd and 4th is our 14th annual Highway 22 yard sale. Starts in Alexander City and goes all the way to the Georgia state line. And then we'll do a garden lunch and learn that same month as well. And whoever got the little strip of sidewalk redone there in front of the convenience store that is coming at some point, thank you, that looks better.
Yeah, it's on the time limit.
We've got, doesn't he have Lebanon and right there to finish?
I
I'm
think
sure
so.
the rain has helped him up, so.
Doctor, what were the dates on the yard sale again? I'm sorry.
It's on Friday and Saturday on the 3rd and 4th. The first Friday and Saturday in April.
Third floor.
Yeah.
And this is
That is.
about the 14th year that we've done this. Fish actually started this. He talked me into this.
I found some signs in the office in there. If you need them, we'll dig them out in there, but I
Okay.
saw them.
He always stuck them somewhere.
Anything else, Ms.
That's
Ford?
all.
Thank you for what you do.
Thank you.
This says executive session. Does anyone need an executive session? Yeah,
I need to discuss the issue, please.
okay, all right. Ms. Holly
Good
would,
name and character.
okay, Ms. Holly would like an executive session to discuss good name and character. Do I have a motion to go into executive session?
I so move.
All right, I got a motion. Do I have a second?
I second.
A roll call vote?
Councilmember Holly,
Yes.
Councilmember Henson,
Yes.
Councilmember Davis,
Yes.
Mayor Melton,
Yes.
Councilmember Alford,
Yes.
Councilmember Delashawne.
Yes.
Councilmember Holly, about how long do you need?
5-10 minutes.
5 or 10 minutes.
I'll be quick.
7:05, let's say 7:15.
The council is going into the executive session I will return the broadcast once they come back.